What we do here is go back.
Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast channel, whatever you want to call it.
I say podcast.
Welcome back to Talking Up with Cindy and Jerry. Hope you guys are doing well.
How's it going, everybody? Stop swaying.
I'm just worried today.
We took the garland down because
my hair kept bumping into it.
Yeah. And I think this right here is enough.
Yeah, I'm stealing it for something else in the house, though.
She really likes that one, so she is stealing it.
We have a topic for today, but I had a peeve that I wanted to talk about. Yes, I have my peeves, and this is where I vent. So
this is not the venting podcast.
Because I vent a little bit.
For some reason,
What?
I feel like you use it to vent about me.
Well, who else would I vent to about you? I mean, I do vent to my best friend about you, but... So...
Go ahead, say your story. Say your story.
So, as you guys know, in early summer, he renovated my closet.
I didn't renovate your closet.
Well, he paid
someone come in.
someone to renovate our closet.
We had flooring done,
Uh-huh.
and the closet was bumped out, giving you kind of a partial walk-in.
It is a walk-in closet.
It's a walk-in.
Yes.
You walk in
I
there,
actually
yes.
got complimented on it yesterday.
That's right, you did.
So, we did vinyl planks in our bedroom.
Very nice looking.
Amazing.
Amazing planks. Hold on. Amazing planks. Let's talk about the planks. No, you don't want to talk about it because you want to just vent about the situation. Go ahead, go for it. This is not the podcast topic, but we're gonna let it do it.
Every time he lays in bed, he shifts the bed. Our bed is not attached to our headboard.
No, it's not.
So every time he lies on the bed to watch TV or do something on, like, get comfortable, he shifts the bed.
So sometimes we watch TV downstairs in the living room, and we do have a TV in our living room, in our bedroom. And I won't really go into it, but for some reason, somebody pointed out, even in the living room, I can't sit still. No. I move around. Yeah. I lean forward.
Mind you, for years, I didn't even catch this.
Yeah,
one of my sisters called him.
I was very upset that it was pointed out to me. Very upset.
So every time he gets off the bed to change positions, he shifts the bed. Yeah. And that's what I says, you're going to ruin the planks.
Now,
so I have to go buy a carpet, an area rug now.
It's not like I'm crashing into this bed. I'm like a gentle butterfly.
No, you're not.
Touching the water of a pond.
No, you're not.
Okay?
Yeah.
I try my best. I literally try to come in there gentle.
Every time he lies down in bed, he looks back, I'm sorry.
Sometimes it's really bad, but we're going to get a carpet. We're going to get an area rug.
We pulled out the carpet because I wanted flooring and I didn't want to vacuum. But now I have to get an area rug
just for the bed, not for the whole
bed,
floor.
so he doesn't ruin the vinyl planks that we put in the bedroom.
I don't know why it happens.
So
I think she does something on my side of the wheels. Wax.
I even bought new wheels for our
wax on, wax off.
No, I even bought new wheels when we did the room because I didn't want our floors to get scratched. So you could buy new wheels for the
I know
bed frames. So I bought the ones with the locks and everything. He still manages to shift the bed around. I don't
wax the wheels.
I did.
He's like, you booby trapped me.
I did not booby trap you. You have a problem. You cannot lay on the bed correctly. I say he has problem. He has a problem with everything.
Yeah, for real. You see this all the time. I come in there like a gentle butterfly.
No, you don't.
You know what I'm saying?
No, he doesn't. So on to our topic for today. This is going to be really good, you guys.
All right, so we're going to talk about...
It's called...
Well,
what's your name?
Well, we were talking about kids' names. We have 3 kids, and one of the toughest things. First of all, we were very, very young.
You don't want to give your kid the wrong name because they will be torn apart. We were very young
when we had our daughter. So our daughter's name is. All our kids have middle names.
Yes, they all have middle names. Yes.
So Angelica Alexis. Jeremy Ethan.
Yep.
And Aiden Bastian. Now, Angelica's middle name is...
He picked our daughter's name.
Yeah.
You picked out her whole name.
Right, which is a beautiful name.
Yes.
But there's nothing really to any direction, movie, or anything like that.
The boys, I gotta say so in that one. Right. So I gave the boys their middle names. He gave them their first name.
Did I give the first names?
Yes, you picked Jeremy's first name.
Middle name is... And then, we may have said this before, is... the character from Mission Impossible. We watch a lot of James Bond. Ethan Hawke, so yeah. Jeremy Ethan. Aiden.
I went back to my childhood.
She did. For those that know, the movie's coming out. Never Ending Story is a remake coming out. I don't know if it's really true or not, but that's what I'm hearing. Yep. I don't think it should be touched. But Bastian is the name of
our third child. That's his middle name.
And that is
the
kid reading the book.
Yeah, Bastian.
Not Sebastian. Bastian.
Yeah.
And to this day, we never heard no kid.
I've never heard of anyone else.
I'm surprised.
Actually, when I've said it, they're like, wow, that's really unique. I'm like, you never seen Never Ending Story? They're like, oh. I'm like, yeah, Bastian.
I'm surprised I never picked, because I play Warcraft. And there are... So, to talk about it, right now, Warcraft is on their, can't believe it, 20-year anniversary. Mm-hmm. And they had they called it Wildcast. They had a Wildcast, and they were talking about how kids are graduating college, going into college, named Anduin. Anduin is... At that time, when you played the game...
People were playing Warcraft 20 years ago.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
This was the son of the king in the game. Now he is the king. Mm-hmm. And I never thought about that. There are kids out there named
Anduin. When we were trying to find a name for our third son, I was pulling them out there. He was like, no, we're not doing that to him. Because I was like Jor-El from Superman.
Yeah. I was like, we're not doing no Nicolas. We're not doing no Nicolas Cage stuff.
I was trying to go out there, but then he was like, don't do that to him. They will tear him apart in school. So I was like, all right. So I still got kind of made fun of a few times when he was a baby, because Aiden is kind of Irish name, they told me.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah. So I had some friends who were like, but you're not Irish. I'm like, I know. I said, I liked it. So, but then when I told them his middle name, they're like, oh my God, that's really cool.
But it does have, you can say it in Spanish.
Yes. My mom had a boyfriend, and his name was...
Right. So Aiden probably has one of the best sounding names in Spanish.
Yes.
Adam Bastian.
Bastian.
Yeah. Gonzalez.
Yes.
But...
Oh, Jeremy's name sounds cool in Spanish. Jeremy.
But there's no way to say Ethan in Spanish.
It's just Jeremy Ethan.
Yeah. So this led... As we were prepping this topic...
Oh my God, this is going to be really good.
...of my name.
So,
my name is Jerry. My name is Jerry.
Your name is not Jerry. So, people, everyone, we all call him Jerry, and our podcast is called Talk It Up with Cindy and Jerry, but that is not his given name.
You're giving my business out there. It took you like almost a year to figure this. You didn't even know.
Yeah. So, when I met him, he introduced me as Jerry.
Yeah. Nobody asks for your ID. Can I see your ID? What? I need to see your ID before we date. So,
it was months before I knew your real name.
It was months because you lived at your sister-in-law's, briefly lived at my mom's, and then you went back to the Bronx.
We moved to the Bronx.
And so this is how it happened. We were in the grocery store, and you were hanging out with some people, and it was Street Fighter. This is the 90s. Angelica wasn't born yet.
No, I think I was pregnant.
Yes. And I was playing a video game, Street Fighter, kicking butt, in the Bronx. Now, I'm from Manhattan.
So you got bodega.
And somebody said my name. They didn't say Jerry. They said Nestor. Nestor? That you? And I was like, wait, what the? And for that second, eye off the ball, the guy the guy that was trying to beat me beats me. And I was like, all right, you got this. And it was a guy from my old neighborhood.
That went to Catholic school with you.
I don't know if he went to Catholic school.
Only Catholic school boys knew your Nestor.
Yeah, but I think he was around a lot of the Catholic school kids.
Oh, okay.
So he wasn't from my block. He was from another block. And Cindy paused.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
Yeah, and there was like a whole pause in the store. And I go, hey, Reggie, what's going on? Let's go outside and stuff like that. Hey, you don't have to call me Nestor. You can just call me Jerry. And he was like, Jerry? He was like, yeah, I've heard somebody say your name is Jerry. I'm like, yeah, everybody calls me Jerry. So, she waited till we got upstairs.
I was like, what the heck? You got a double life or something?
Yeah. She was like, so what's your name? I said, my name is Jerry. She goes, but he called you Nestor, and you said, just call me Jerry. I said, all right, so I guess I never said anything. And she was like, no. So your name is Nestor? I said, well, yeah. She said, where the hell is Jerry from? Well,
Gerard.
Yeah,
Jerry.
I'm like, well, Jerry's not my name. It's actually Geraldo, or in English, Geraldo. And my mom just shortened everything down to Jerry. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah. So she said, so what's your name? So now even though I'm very Americanized, and my mother
has the most Spaniard name ever.
Yes.
And I mean, when I say long, we're not going to go into the whole long
No, we're
name.
not. But I have...
You're not going to go, Jose Manuel. That's his name. Yes. His birth certificate goes all the way to the edge.
I don't know why. So when I went to Catholic school, I remember, we had nuns in the beginning. I said, well, my mom calls me Jerry, and she was like, well, your name is Nestor, so we're going to call you Nestor. We're not going to call you Jerry. So everybody in Catholic school that went to school with me for those 8 years calls me Nestor. Mm-hmm. And there's only one person in my block that's by Jerry, even though went to Catholic school with me, and that was a friend of mine that plays Dungeons & Dragons with me and all that stuff. He knew me as Jerry. Even though in the school, it was Nestor. So I guess for him, in school, and he watches his podcast, I think he would say Nestor.
But on the block,
he would say Jerry. And
he calls you Jay sometimes.
Oh, yeah, Jay. And nobody, even in the block, most of the people in the block went to public school. Only a few of us in our block went to Catholic school. Nobody knew about Nestor until we got to teenager age, teenager
years. Started
years.
Making fun of it.
Because then, you're visiting other neighborhoods, other blocks, and you're hearing the other name. But it never became a major thing. Now, here's why I think it's very important to choose the right name for your kid.
For your children.
Nestor does really rhyme with some bad, tough words out there. Nestor the molester. Nestor the pester. And then came this cartoon. Hey, did you see that cartoon? Nestor the long-eared donkey, dude. And I'm like...
I have fun with it.
They couldn't name this donkey with some other name. They had to pick a really rare
When I found
name.
out...
Oh my gosh, she was just like...
I was ragging him.
So she was like...
I was like, you lead a double life. I was like, because that's not your name.
So she didn't know for like a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah, so when we had this discussion that we're going to talk about names, she was like, we should talk about your name.
Oh, I said, I'm going to bring it up.
Because we're going to bring it up because I didn't know your actual name. And then, of course, I bring out the driver's license. I'm like, it says Nestor G. Gonzalez. You signed.
So another funny part is,
go ahead.
Right? At work, or at your old job.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because he spells his name with a J, right? But.
No, so there's two ways.
They put it with a G.
So, the original company is Bound.
They used to put
it with a J.
Oh.
Donley took over.
And they put it with a G.
With a G. Because the middle initial is G because
exactly, yeah.
I worked for a different company. And I think I said this in a podcast maybe already. And the company was sold, but the owner, because it was a private company, he wanted to share on that. So everybody was getting a check. Mm-hmm. They did a roll call, and I was busy, so I didn't go to where you're supposed to, get the roll call and all that. And the roll call was Nestor Gonzalez. Nestor Gonzalez. And everybody, were doing it.
Looking at each other.
They were doing it in groups, like 20 people at a time. And people were like, is it Jerry? And the guy was like, no, it says Nestor. And they were like, well, we don't, because it's a small company. We don't got a Nestor. We got a Jerry Gonzalez. And one of the guys says, let me go get him. And they were like, hey, dude, is your name Nestor? I'm like, yeah. What? And that was like a whole thing right there. Everywhere I've gone, even for work, the interview goes as Nestor. Yes.
But they cater to him. And everyone calls him Jerry.
Everybody does.
They call him Jerry.
Even my current company, they call me Jerry.
Yeah.
They all know there's always this brief moment, especially because I work for...
It's like an awkward moment.
I work for an international company, so the parent company goes to my boss at that time. Just to be clear, we have a Nestor, and the check is Nestor, but it's Jerry over there in the States. Yes. He calls himself Jerry over here. Okay, we just want to make sure that, so it has to be, his legal name is Nestor.
Only him.
I'm Bond. James Bond, I don't know. I'm sorry, you know what? I don't even know why my mom didn't even call me Geraldo.
And I've asked her, and she's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because you think about it.
What was something, I'm going to bring it up, though. I have to bring it up. So he used to work at this place, right? And him and his coworker, his name is Jerry, and his coworker was named Tom.
Yes.
You guys know he's not that tall.
Yes, it's true.
And Tom is really tall.
He's not that tall, but he's taller than me. And we actually went to two companies together. So in the original company, we worked together, and then he went to this he went to a bank.
And then he went to.
And then he went to Bound, the financial print. And then he said, "Hey, we're looking for another IT guy. Do you want to come over?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And so every time we were on the conference call, he was a lead. That means top IT guy. I was a senior. And, you know,
so
it was
every
a
time they announced them.
Right. It was a multi-office, you know, around the world. So if we were on the stateside, sometimes you would, you know, New York, Atlanta, Boston. We had Chicago, Cleveland. You know, we had a lot. Who's on from New York? We got Tom and Jerry. And people would be like, "There's no Spike? The dog?" Like, no.
Actually, and they asked it when you showed up one time.
Yes.
They're like, "Let me guess. Tom? Jerry?"
Yeah. Well, we had to go to Arizona because they needed some server work, and we were really good at it. And the guy meets us, and he just said, "Don't take this the wrong way, but Tom and Jerry?" Like, yeah. And he said there was a guy that does, how do you say that phrase? Characters?
Caricature?
Yeah, that they draw the, you know. Mm-hmm. He said he wished we would have came on a Thursday or afternoon Friday because the guy would have had to draw us. There was no doubt about it. But he said, I mean, people have said.
But they used to call them the Dream Team.
Yeah, we would
Tom
call
and Jerry the Dream Team.
Team all the time. And then he went on to another company. Actually, he moved, and people were like, "So you're moving down to this was the big. Everybody was moving down to the Carolinas, North Carolina, and stuff like that." I was like, "No, I'm not moving." "You sure? Because you guys were together in 2 other companies." No, I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
and it didn't happen.
It was cool though. It was really cool
He
used to call me laughing like, "Yeah, we went to the Tom and Jerry joke again today. It was one of those days." Yeah. So like I was telling him, it would be a good topic to have because we have friends that have kids that have very interesting names.
Yes.
Even some of my nieces, their kids, you know, they have some unique names and everything. Yeah. So people always pull out these unique names, but people, careful how you name your kids because some kids get torn apart in school. Kids could be mean, you know.
Nestor the molester, Nestor the pester, Nestor the long-eared donkey it was tough.
See, I didn't have one of those names.
No Cindy? No Cindy mixing?
No
Cynthia?
Cindy, no Cynthia.
You're lucky. You're lucky. But you have
my
a middle
sister,
name.
Janet.
Janet.
It doesn't flow like our kids. Cynthia Janet.
No, Cynthia
you know. Janet. My sister used to get a little bit with her middle name, you know.
Yeah.
But
and then she had to tell family.
Oh my God. They still make fun of him sometimes.
Like, you know, so his name is really not Jerry. Like, what? What do you mean his name is not Jerry? You've been dating for this guy? You're having a kid with this guy for like over a year.
So my sister would be like, "Okay, who are you today? Are you Nestor or are you Jerry?" Yeah.
So it really was supposed to be a podcast about, you know, when we chose our kids' names, but she just had to throw it in there because it's true. And that's what we do talk about the stuff that goes on and stuff.
I just don't get how he has such a Spaniard name. But he's so Americanized.
And my mom, she gave it to me, yeah. Well, I mean, from my understanding, Nestor Gerardo is my father's name, his grandfather. Yes. From my understanding, it's and over there in Spain, I guess they don't go like over here, senior 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. They just name their kids.
Yeah.
So from my understanding, it is a couple of people passed, you know, from father to grandfather to great grandfather and stuff like that. So she just wanted to do it. But there is no senior or the third, or I guess there was, but they didn't carry it.
They didn't carry it.
At least in Spain. Maybe in France they did.
Maybe in
Louis the Third, Louis the Fourth. I don't know. All I know is it is what it is. That is the name.
He has a double life.
You know?
He has 2 names.
And
he has an alias. That's what it is. That's your alias?
And it's not... I don't know if it's an alias. It's not an alias. It's just not a common name. You don't meet a lot of people call him Nestor. Or Nestor.
The ones that you do meet that are Nestor, it's either Greek, because I think Nestor is kind of a Greek name.
I've always thought of it as Greek because if you follow history, Nestor was there with Jason and the Argonauts in the history. He was there when they attacked Troy. He was very old already. So I always just kind of imagine
he looks a little Greek too.
Yeah, like the other day, she was like your
tennis fading.
Your olive complexion.
It's going olive now.
Your olive Mediterranean complexion Spaniard is really like vibrant today. I was like, it is? I'm like, it is what it is.
We were actually talking about that down at the lake. I was down at the lake kayaking. And they were like, you still have your tan, because they're like, our tan is fading. I'm like,
oh, well, this is different type of tan.
And she's like, look at you. I'm like, I haven't even been out in the sun since we came back from Puerto Rico, because I try not to get so much
Caribbean
sun.
when you get sun from the Caribbean, it's like a whole different level.
Yeah, so
it lasts longer.
We wish you had your pigmentation. I'm like, I'm okay with it. She was like, but you haven't been out. I was like, I haven't been out in the sun.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, today I got some sun because I was out kayaking.
Yeah.
You know, but they're like, Jerry gets a nice tan too, but he doesn't get as dark as you. I'm like, no, he's olive right now. They're like, olive? I said, well, Jerry's Spaniard. Like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have seen it. If I'm in the mirror and I can see that hue and stuff like that, you know, it is. But
our kids don't have that hue.
No, we were actually thinking about that, and I was thinking like that. No, they get the solid from tan to dark tan. Even our daughter does it, and
she's very fair skinned.
She's more fair skinned than me.
She gets like this.
She's like more like northern Spaniard and stuff like that. Almost really.
She hasn't gotten a tan.
And then she has that jet black hair and everything.
Yep, I know. I was looking at her hair yesterday. I was like, oh my god, her hair looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
I know we're trailing off. So, yes. So, people, please be careful how you name your kids, because
don't do like with my mom. Yeah, I'm gonna name you after your dad. I don't care how it sounds. Well, nobody thinks of it.
No. Some kids get really torn. I've heard some names that I'm like,
it was before we named him Aiden. We are big fans of that movie. We liked it. We very, enjoy it. The Count of Monte Cristo, the remake recently.
Yes, I remember we contemplated him. And
the guy's name is
Edmund.
Yes. But in Europe, because everything sounds better with the accent and over there, it's Edmond.
Yes.
Because in the movies, Edmond. And I was like, oh, it's a cool name. And she's like, yeah, no.
Nobody's
going to call him Edmond. I said
they're not going to call him Edmond.
They're going to call him Edmund.
Yes.
Or Edmund Monster or something.
Yeah,
something
and I was like, we're not doing that to our kid.
And I mean, I was like, okay, I can get it because, hey, I got long-eared donkey going on over here, so.
I was like, no.
But it took a while to get Aiden's name.
Oh, it was hard picking out a name for him because we thought we were having a girl.
We did have a different name. We had an amazing girl's name.
Yeah, then we found out it was a boy.
If anybody's watched the movie Fool's Gold, the
ship.
Well, it was two bays. The girl, Kate Hudson, what's her name?
Kate Hudson. Yeah.
Her name is Tessa.
In the movie, her name is Tessa.
Right, and the ship
was Aurelia.
The Aurelia.
Yes.
So I was like, hey, her name is gonna be
Tessa Aurelia.
Tessa Aurelia Gonzalez. It's a girl. It just rolls off the tongue. What's her name? Tessa Aurelia Gonzalez. That's one of those where you just gotta say the whole thing. And then
when we got the ultrasound, he was like, "It's a boy."
I was like, no! I was like, "Are you sure?" Yeah, I can see it. Are you sure you can see it? It's there. I can see it. It's a boy. Like, all right, at least you can see it. That's a good thing.
He's the one with the girls. Like,
we were stuck. We were just stuck.
You love your boys.
Yeah, we were stuck. I mean, they're good names, But yeah, and even when people, I just don't see Nestor.
No,
because you see Jerry all the time.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Well, this is it for our podcast.
Yeah.
So
now you know, little secret, because she just really had to push it in there that I moved the bed. No, I'm reading. It's fine. Yeah, I moved the bed, but the first name.
It's on the name, people.
This is gonna stop though. We're not venting anymore. I've got to find something. Like, you know what I can find? Yes, we're gonna talk about it right now. It's a couple of minutes. You put the ring light upside down. We had to fix it right now.
Did you hear our neighbor? What did he call me?
He didn't
Even he said it. Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but we got a ring cam before we went to Florida and Puerto Rico, and it's in the backyard. It's got the lights, plug in with the cam, and when I came back, I noticed it.
When you came back from Florida, yeah.
Yes, from Florida.
He calls me. He goes, you mounted this wrong.
It's upside down. Now, Ring is smart. If you put it upside down, it knows to turn it. It turns the lens around, whatever it does. But I'm like, she's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. Look at the box.
I said, look, I was in a hurry. It was 2 days before I left. I just needed to be able to watch the pool. It wasn't that hard to switch it. It was just take two screws off, flip it,
I don't
put
care.
the screws back on.
The box was there. You could tell by the lights because the long part which is supposed to protect it from the elements of the light, kind of like this. So this is the whatever. I don't know. It was upside down. You just know it was upside down. And then my son was trying to say, "What? Yeah, but the ring lettering." I'm like, "Yeah, because that's upside down. You're gonna be able to turn it around."
It looks good. It didn't even take 10 minutes.
It works. It doesn't matter. It worked upside down, but we finally turned it around. Yeah. So there you go. I vented. I got one. Just bam, bam, bam. Because I just feel like you had to bring up the bed situation.
But
you did. I was like, that's not a topic. I'm just gonna bring it up.
It's a pet peeve. Now I gotta go. Actually, we should have taken advantage and gone to go get a carpet before you ruin it. You wanna go get a carpet today?
No, I'm not going out there. I'm playing Warcraft.
But is there sales?
We go tomorrow.
Okay. Maybe I just go by myself. No, I don't want to go.
There you go, you see?
Yeah, I know. I'm go. All right, guys. So we've taken up enough of your time.
Yes.
So, just watch how you name your kids. I know I said it a couple times, but you could really ruin their life. They can really get bullied and
kids are mean.
Get a complex.
That's what it is. Kids are mean.
Yeah. So, guys,
take us out of here. Let's go.
Take you out.
Take us out.
Take it out. Like, share,
subscribe, comment. Come on.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. All right. Take care. See you out there in the next podcast.
Bye, guys.
Later.